In a deep, dark forest, where the moon dared not shine and thorns tangled like sharp fingers, a little fox with soft orange fur watched from the shadows. He saw a king, not in a grand castle, but weary and tired, stumbling under the weight of a heavy, rough wooden cross. The air was cold, filled with the harsh shouts of soldiers and the cruel laughter of shadows that danced and mocked. The king, with a crown of thorns upon his head, he fell again and again, the weight of the world seemingly resting on his shoulders. All around, faces watched, but no one moved to help. The little fox's heart ached. He remembered a story of a man named Simon from a place called Cyrene, who was pulled from a crowd to help this very king. In that moment, seeing the king so alone, the little fox decided he would be like Simon. Trembling, he stepped out from the safety of the dark woods. His legs felt like jelly, but his heart was brave. He crept up beside the fallen king and pushed his small, furry shoulder against the splintery wood of the cross. With a mighty heave for such a small creature, he helped lift the burden. Together, step by step, they carried the cross up the dark, lonely hill. The king turned his head and looked down at the little fox. His eyes weren't filled with anger or pain, but with a deep, gentle love. In a voice that was both tired and kind, he whispered, "Thank you, little one. Thank you for sharing my burden." The fox felt a warmth spread through him that had nothing to do with the effort of climbing. Years passed. The little fox grew older and had little kits of his own. Cuddled by a warm fire, he would tell them his most important story. "Remember," he'd say, his voice soft, that night, "I learned that when you help someone who is hurting, when you share their heavy load, it's like you are helping the king himself. So tonight, as you drift off to sleep, remember the little fox. Remember that every time you are kind, every time you help someone in need, you are also carrying a piece of his cross. And in that, you will find his peace. Sleep well. Good night."